Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
I hate Mondays.
Okay, Garfield.
Okay, let me be more specific. Mondays on overnights.
Monday is my new favorite day because it's my Friday.
It is my Saturday.
And he gets to
But it
babysit
just
us
sucks
for 3
'cause
hours.
Most on overnights.
Well, I babysit you guys for 3 hours and then I have to go into work. Or 2.5 hours.
Do you think the reason why Garfield hates Mondays is because John has to go into work?
And I can't get the food as easily.
That or he just misses his owner. You
You've seen his interaction with John. He doesn't know.
know? It's all a facade. That's how cats work. They pretend like they hate their owners, but really they couldn't live without them.
Oh, they could. They just would have to do work, and that's what they don't like.
That's true. They basically domesticated themselves so they didn't have to hunt for food. So
They're like, "Oh, you guys are gonna bring me food? Let's go."
all I gotta do is lay around, purr, and get petted. Sounds easy.
What's this about you? Wanted me to chase a mouse? No, you get a mouse trap. I'm good. That barbecue sauce was tangier and spicier than I wanted it to be.
Good. Okay. All right. So last time we had left off, you guys had went to the market, done a little bit of shopping, started talking to the bartender. They had stated what they were trying, like what they could give you information if you got them or helped them out. You guys went to Siren, and he basically told you about this floating castle that if you were to get for him, he would, or clear out, bring to him, he would greatly reward you. So you started doing that, or you started going into town at that point since you had some time, and we were at the dawn of a new day.
Can I ask you some quick verification questions?
Sure.
On the 10K gold, was that each?
No, it was total, but
Okay. That was one of the things I just wanted to clear up.
yeah.
That was all.
Like, what do you need 10K gold each for? Come on.
I
don't
thought
know
it
the
was
price
each.
The going price of like a flying castle seems pretty expensive. Just saying, you know.
Oh, I actually thought it
Okay.
was each.
But he also mentioned that like the stuff inside, like you guys could take any.
Oh yeah, I understand. I was just trying to understand, like, is like
Yeah.
10K each? Is it like a
Yeah.
$70,000 castle, or is it like a $10,000 castle theoretically to me? That's all.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. It's the poverty castle.
Something like that.
If this castle's real big, we're gonna have to renegotiate.
Well, you see, we thought it was only going to be half this size, so 20K now.
Housing prices went up in Geki.
Listen, if the housing market crashes, we'll just come back later, right?
Exactly.
Would that mean the castle crashed too?
But we hope not, but
The housing market actually crashes into the capital city.
So is it the morning of that day, right?
Yeah, the morning of the new day.
The
Malin's
dude's.
gonna go. Sorry, go.
I was gonna say the dude said it was gonna take a couple of days for us to get information about where the castle is, right? So we basically have like.
Well, he told you where it was already, like the last known location of it.
Oh,
We're
it's-
waiting on
Oh.
potions and
Oh.
our equipment to be done. We should
Yeah.
have one more day on equipment and probably either 1 to 2 days on potions. As for today, I know we need to like the idea. One reason we came here is for research. We should probably try to do some of that, but we also probably need to look into a way of getting up to the flying castle. And I had mentioned before possibly flying potions, and I think somebody mentioned possibly an artificer.
Is there
So those are
a
a couple options.
is there a cartographer in the city?
Yeah, I mean, this city is gonna have just about anything you can think of. Like, it's a very, very large and sprawling city. It's the capital city, so
I suppose
Everybody-
I could take some time to hone my cartography skills. I don't remember what the thing was for that.
we were doing skill checks on that.
Yeah, I don't remember which one it was though.
It was whatever you could
Nature?
justify.
Maybe it was a pinned message. DC 15 check, need 10 successes to be proficient.
Yeah, and it was like whatever and it was like whatever you can justify, but you can't use the same skill twice.
Oh.
Until you've gone through them all.
Yeah, it was some number. I don't remember if it was all of them. You had to go through like 10 or 15. Yeah, I can't. So you would. I said it's for cart tools, DC 15. Any skill check you could choice that you can justify, but you can't be repeated until after 10 attempts have been made per day.
Okay.
Like you could do survival, blah, blah, blah. So you did a nature check and had a success. So you can't use nature again right now. But you want to go to like the cartographer shop?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can always be last. That's fine. I gotta figure out what skill I'm gonna use for this.
Okay, and then Malin was going to the library.
Correct.
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
I guess I'm gonna tag along with Malin in the library.
Okay. Anybody else? What are you guys doing?
I think at one point I was gonna try and follow around Siren. But that would be me knowing where he was at, which I probably don't know. So
I mean, he doesn't come into town very often, so he would.
oh, he
gonna
doesn't.
be
I thought he walked around.
Well, he goes into his market and walks around a little. But you guys went into the town off of the tree.
Oh, okay. I must have missed that spot.
I mean, you're just like you're a short walk to it. You could always walk
Yeah.
there.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
I mean
not-
it's like right outside, but he just doesn't come inside because he doesn't He's got everything he needs there.
Just stays in history. Oh, that's fine. Then I won't worry about it. I'll just wander around town.
Okay. Let's see. I didn't have these written on.
I mean, this would probably be the biggest city that I've been to, I'm assuming.
Yeah, easily. I mean, this is the biggest city in the country. So it would be, so you're just gonna walk around.
Yeah.
Scatgram and Malin are going to the library. Morning Lord's gonna go work on photography skills. Felidor, what are you gonna do? You're the last one.
Oh, what am I gonna do? You know, I was still wondering about an artificer to get us up there, so I'm gonna ask around if there's any artificers people know of that I can go see.
Okay.
Welcome to Artie's Artificies. We make
Artificer.
artificial fish.
Welcome to Artie Fisher's Artificers.
Okay. So you yeah.
Much better.
So you'll be able to do that. I think the cartographer would probably be the fastest to resolve. So we can do that first if you just want to make your roll. And since you're going somewhere to have them like talk to them or whatever, I'll give you initiative on that.
I was thinking that I would need to use a persuasion roll to talk the dude into actually teaching me how to use the tools.
Yeah, well, so you kind of look around for your shop and you find Mr. Rock maps, and inside is a female young adult half orc. I mean, and talking to her, she's kind of just excited to like help people. Obviously, not many people want to learn how to use it. They just want her to kind of make the maps. So she's okay. She's okay teaching you without you having to persuade her. I mean, unless you want to absolutely persuade her, like I don't think she would need that persuasion.
You
Someone
told
take-
me I need a different roll for a different skill.
I thought you were saying like you wanted to persuade her. Just
Oh,
to do it.
no.
You're trying to use persuasion in order to get her to help you.
Yeah, to like
in order
teach me.
as
Then
the
that's
skill.
like the
Okay.
skill roll.
Yeah, that's fine. This would not be at advantage then.
All right, that's fine. Come
Come
on, big money. Woo! 24.
All right. Yeah. So, she comes in and she's just super excited to, obviously have somebody interested in maps and, interested in maps and the way that she kind of is. And so she kind of shows you a little bit about making the maps and a little bit about how things are laid out, generally speaking. And so she helps you out with that, and like you do retain stuff, obviously, and you get that second point in there. So we go ahead. Sorry.
Heck
Couple of-
yeah. This will be very helpful for our future adventures.
Yeah. So where is 2? Okay. There. In that one. Okay. All right.
Excuse me.
I feel like I could use that name.
Mickey toy. Wild dog appears.
Uh,
I apologize. My dogs have been obnoxious.
Super
today.
adorable.
Obnoxious.
A swarm of cats appear. They look familiar.
Hey, man.
I unleashed the bag of puppies.
Okay. So next we'll do the artificer. Um so you kind of ask around and you ask around, and the one that keeps coming up the most is Glimpse Mechanical Things.
You said glints?
Glimpse, Glimp.
Okay. Glimps. Mechanical things. Ah, well then, I guess that's where I'll be headed.
Yeah, so you head to Glimpse Mechanical Things, and you are you see in there there's a couple of gnomes. One of them is behind the counter, has like uh, like a typical apron, like a goggle on, kind of has like the tools at the ready there behind them. And then you see uh, another gnome, middle-aged male gnome, walking around and kind of talking to the person behind the counter. The person behind the counter kind of looks up at you and is like, uh, "The name's Glimp. How can I help you?"
Hey, Glimp. So, me and some buddies are looking to, see if there's a way we can get to, like, maybe a real high up place where there's, no way to climb up to it. Like, maybe a machine that can fly us up there. Do you know of any such machine that could be?
How high are we talking? Do you know how high this
Oh,
is?
I would say it's pretty high. Like maybe as high as the birds fly.
As high as the birds fly. Well, it's pretty vague. I can probably get you something together. Um and he kind of turns to the other guy and he's like, "Hold on, Bolt. I'll be right back." And that name would kind of click in your head too a little bit. He is uh the council. He's on the council of seven. Of the seven guilds.
Seven.
Yeah, the seven guilds that are on the council. He is one of those members that you guys had looked up and they had told you about. The Lord's Alliance had told you about.
And that's Bolt. Was that correct? Like,
Yeah,
Bolt?
yeah, it's all in there. Let me pin the message in the general chat. What their name is, but he's part of the Scholars of Antiquities, and so he just kind of brushes him off and real quick, and he's like, "All right, so what kind of thing you looking at? What are we talking about? Are we talking just you? Are we talking multiple people?"
Well, there's a whole group of us. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, there's 6 of us that are needing to get up there.
6 of you.
8. Right.
Oh, there's 8. Yes, I forgot about my companions. Little friends that are coming along as well. Yes, there's 8 of us.
Now, are you trying to be discreet? Are you trying to announce it to the world that you're headed up to this place?
You know what? I am all for announcing it to the world, but I think my partners would like to be a little more discreet.
Okay. I mean, if you're looking for discreet, it's gonna be a little difficult for me to make one thing or find one thing, but I could probably make multiple. But
Multiple would be fine as well. It doesn't have to be just all in one. Just all of us have to make it up there at some point. Yeah.
all right. Are you guys gonna need to come down from this place, or is that kind of up to you? You guys are gonna figure that one out, or do I need to
You
put in
know,
a failsafe for that?
you know, coming back down would be nice, but I think as long as we get that one-way ticket up there, I think we're pretty good.
All right, I heard you. One-way ticket. That's all you need.
One-way
Uh,
ticket, baby.
uh, he's like, uh, you know what? I think I've got something for you.
Ooh.
What are you looking to what are you looking to spend, or how can you help me with this? Obviously things aren't free around here.
Well, I personally don't have a bunch of money, but my compatriots all have some pretty good coffers that we could give up. Or, we are a group of adventurers. We do also help people out. We've slayed mighty dragons and armies and even the great owl bears. So, we're willing to trade, some adventuring for items or, gold, whatever suits you best.
He sits there and thinks for a minute, and he's like, "Well, I mean, if you don't mind me asking, uh, where are you going?"
We gotta find this, you know, big old monster in the sky that we gotta take care of for another client. So, it's some real adventuring stuff.
Well, does this monster in the sky have anything that I might be interested in?
To tell you the truth, I don't actually know what they have. I do know that we're just taking care of it for another guy because he's out for some revenge. If we find some, treasure, something that they're not, particularly fond of, I'm sure we could split some with you.
How about this? I'll come up with a few ideas. You come up with a price range. You try and figure out how far we're actually going, and if you do want those fail safes. Because I can make something super cheap, and it'll get you high, but I don't know that it'll always work. We want to spend a little more. I'll make sure that it works every time, but it might only work once. So there's multiple levels here, or if you can think of something else, if you figure out anything that maybe an artificer like me might want from this monster in the sky, well, then maybe we can work something out for that too, and I can give you these in order to help you get up there.
Okay. Do you maybe have some price ranges in case my compatriots are a little wondering? Me being a druid, I'm not always the money isn't always the best subject for me. Wilderness, I kind of make my own out there. But, some of my other fellows, especially the sneaky rogue that I'm with, like to know some hard numbers or some numbers that they can, put out there for us.
Well, let's just say, in order to guarantee it works at least once, I'll say 10 gold. If you're willing to be a little more risky, you can probably get it down to 5. If you want something on the higher end, we'll say you can go all the way up to 1,000 gold. So there's your range: 5 gold to 1,000.
5 gold to 1,000.
What a
Okay.
range.
I mean, we can work with that. I think we're good with working on that.
and that's gonna be per device.
Per device. Okay.
5 gold's just a comedically large rocket to strap to the back of you.
I'm down for that. Yeah, well, sir, Glimp, I thank you for your time here. I will go back to my compatriots and we will see what we come up with.
Make a quick perception check for me.
Ooh, a perception check, huh? Perception. Ooh, I got a really high perception too. Yeah, that's a nat 20. So 27 overall.
This whole time that you've been talking, out of the corner of your eye, you've been noticing that Bolt is keeping a close eye on you, and you're not 100% sure why he would be um why he would be keeping an eye on you. Whether it's you're new, he's interested in this. He's interested in your adventure that you're mentioning. But he's definitely intrigued by you, like, and you have pinned it for the entirety of the thing. Like he pretty much never took his eyes off.
Interesting.
Um, all right. So then, Matavius, was there anything you were looking to do while you were walking around town, or is that just kind of?
Well, I mean, I'd be looking at shops and I'd be looking at different like things, and I'd probably be kind of like going to New York City your first time, like you're like, oh, look at this,
Okay,
be checking something out. I wouldn't have a
okay,
place.
no,
I'd
no,
know where
no
to go.
agenda. Okay, no
Yeah.
agenda. All right. Yeah. So I mean, like when you walk around town or walk around the city, like you noticed its vastness. I mean, there's open air markets with food. There's a few different ones you like have walked through. There's, like obviously like a fish market. There's regular shops, anything from clothing to weapons to potions, to laboring tools. hammers, nails, horseshoes. You see stables all over, carts and like wagon repair, uh, bars all over. You see multiple residential areas. So, I mean, you see a large, well-developed city. And I mean, like, you can't even really. I mean, it would take you, if you wanted to explore the whole city. This is just like what you've explored. If you wanted to explore the whole city, I mean, it would take you
Take it a while.
on foot probably the better part of a day and a half to 2 days. If you like hired somebody to take you around in like a rickshaw or something of the sort, I mean, you might be able to get it done in a day or so to see the
Okay.
whole city. Like, it's a very vast city, and you do see, certain structures seem to um, be built higher than others, the the Capitol building that you see where the council will meet. Um, a lot of the religious buildings stand a little bit higher. Uh, the library is up a little bit more too. So you see all this. You do see all these things as you're walking around. So if anything piqued your interest, let me know. But otherwise, we will head to the library.
That's fine.
And I mean, you can think on it too if there's anything you want to do while you're walking.
And let me look at the thing.
Let's head to the library, and this was gonna be Scatgram and Malin.
Woo!
All right. So you guys do walk in or head to the library. And I mean, it's a large building. Like it's more of an archive than I guess a building itself. So you guys head into the sorry. Okay. Yeah, you guys head into the library, and you are immediately greeted at the desk by a younger adult male halfling, and he's just like, "Welcome to the Gignadane's library. Got lots of information and books here. What can I help you with?"
Yes, I was hoping to find information on the original formation of the council, and also possibly if you have any books or lore, probably on floating castles.
We certainly have some of that, and you may even be able to talk to. And he kind of points to this elderly male, kind of off into the corner. He's like, you may even be able to talk to him. That's Amir. He's on the council himself. He definitely he comes in here and loves the history and the archives itself. He loves the knowledge, so he may be of use there. As far as uh, floating castles, let me see what I can find and gather up for you. Give me just a couple minutes.
Hey, but before you go, do you have any
Yeah.
books about
Yes, we got plenty of them.
about how to make a goblin fly?
How to make a goblin fly.
Yeah, I want to know if it's possible for me to just be able to, flap my arms real quick and see if I can take off. I want to know if there's a way I can do that.
While he's saying that, Malin's gonna like take his like hands, like kind of size him up and like kind of look and kind of do like a throwing motion into the air and just like thinking, but not doesn't touch him, just kind of does like that motion.
Yeah.
Just thinks.
He looks at you and he's like, "Well, based on what I know, you're not going to be able to flap your arms and go. But I'll see what I can find on flying. in general. And
That's a
I'll
little disappointing, but I appreciate it.
make sure to bring that back to you. All right. So you guys are just gonna wait for him to return then? I mean, he said it would just be a couple minutes, so it's up to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still looking at the books that are around us and just kind of glance over what they are.
Okay. So uh he comes back with a couple books on like floating castles and lore, things like that. And like you can obviously thumb through them. But then he also finds a book on flying. He just kind of looks at it and he's like, I don't know. If you give me a little more time, I might be able to find something else. But right offhand, this is what I could find. And he like slides that one over to you, Scat Graham. Make a straight intelligence check.
Scat Graham and intelligence.
Well, I don't have. What's great is I don't have a bonus to anything anyway on that. Whoa, what the heck? My thing just reloaded. Why the heck did I get kicked out here? Just want me to roll a d20?
Yeah. I mean, if you just click your intelligence, it'll. I mean, obviously you don't have a bonus, but it'll mark it as. You are looking at this book, and it is talking about things that you have never even heard of. It's like aerodynamics and like lift resistance and speed. Like it's talking about like, and you're like, oh, I've heard of propellers. But for the most part, it's just talking about all of these things that you have never heard of. Like this is very clearly well above your level of knowledge.
Wings, I heard of those.
Yeah, I mean, like you pick up like wings and propellers, and like that's about the extent of like what you can kind of gather
So,
from.
I'm just looking this over and I'm saying, and I'm just muttering out, okay, wings, propellers, speed.
Guy.
That word doesn't even matter. It says here if we have speed and propellers, we can fly.
Mal's just looking down at his book and goes, yeah, Scatgram, those are two things we probably need to fly.
Well, that is not hard.
I think there's more to it though. That's a lot of book. That's a big book for only two things to come out of it. Wings and propeller.
The other stuff doesn't matter. The main words you need is wings, propeller, speed. So if I run really fast and throw a propeller on my head,
gotcha.
Put my arms out like wings.
Hat, by the way,
we should be able to fly.
We should test this first.
So I'm gonna grab like a notebook, and I'm just gonna take like notes of just the words I understand.
Okay.
And trying to make it into like the most believable thing ever. And I'm just gonna take all these notes and just jot them down. And I'm gonna draw like a little picture from what I understand of what needs to happen with the people with propellers and wings and stuff.
The words he understands. So
Okay, so you make the most rudimentary Wile E. Coyote drawing.
Pretty much. That's what I'm going with here.
On how to fly. Okay. Malin, you find like kind of skimming through a lot of the books. Um, the name that keeps coming up because I mean, let's be honest. There's not a lot of floating castles. It's not like
Yeah.
it's not like this librarian's dumb. Um,
Well, the
by any
library
means.
might be.
Uh, so he, but the name that keeps coming up is King King Calogby. Um, and I can put that in. So that name keeps coming up for you. And like scrolling through, like you can see that this castle is hundreds and hundreds of years old. And was originally made by this elven king, um, who was also a wizard, elven king wizard, uh, and it was kind of made to show his. He wanted to like show his power and might and ability. So he had many artisans from all over Shkeki, the best of their kind, the best of their craft, come to help build each of the things in the castle. So anything that's in the castle, it was built by some of the best people at that time. Um, you do after continue reading a little bit, you see that it was happened to be built on a giant eagle's burial ground, though, at the edge of a hill or at the edge of
A
a
giant
overhang.
burial ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they started to attack the castle after they had deemed any form of diplomacy useless. Like they had come and tried to get them um, to stop building it on, their land. Uh, and then eventually, Caligby, knowing that the end was going to be near for him and the people who are living in the castle, uh, he tried to reach through time itself, seeking champions who could alter the flow of events and prevent the destruction of his floating fortress. Because that's one of the things he was trying to do, was make it fly to show his power. And then using his crown to gaze into the future, he foresaw the moment when the paths uh, would meet and the castle would cross. He focused his energies on uh, rending aside the veil of time in order to allow them to access the path. So he kind of like tried to reach across the multiverse in order to find something to save him. And that's kind of where it kind of where like the story ends. Like obviously they're like he wasn't able to find anything um at least strong enough. You do see mention of him trying to pull in different elementals, different constructs, or using his magic for constructs of different types. It mentions his army that were there, and then also like the
Army that was there. Is it like his human
his like
army that's
yeah,
probably dead,
yeah,
or is
his
it
like
like
standing guard army,
okay?
and like his staff that was there, staff as in like people who work for him,
Uh huh.
staff is
Yeah.
um,
Servants and such.
yeah. um it talks about some, and obviously it mentions the giant eagles. It talks about some other large flying beasts. Um, and then you keep seeing over and over uh, the mention of time distortion, and then it also talks about uh some, like, one of the books is just like going over like the logistics, I guess, of the castle itself. So this one mentions it's 700 feet in the air.
Okay, hang on.
uh
7.
it's got a basement, and then it is 4 stories high, uh with a guard tower on each end that are even higher, so they would be closer to 6 or 7 stories high.
So basement castle is 4 stories.
Yep.
Um,
The guard tower.
towers are 7-ish. Or sorry, right? Or 5. Sorry. 6-ish?
Yeah, 6 to 7.
Okay. Okay.
And it mentions that it's I mean, it's a huge castle, and square footage and size. I mean, you're talking uh
Would it be comparable to like a small town, probably? Since he said he
um
has like his whole army there.
yeah, well, he had like his standing guard is in army,
Oh,
and
sorry.
obviously
Yeah.
as stuff had come in, um you're looking at uh uh over like 1 million square feet of total area. Is what it is, kind of what it says. It doesn't ever give an exact figure. It's not something like they're too worried about, but
Yeah.
it's mentioning like there's a large wine cellar in the basement. Um, there was
Any-
in oh, go ahead.
Sorry, no, you're probably gonna list it off. Go ahead.
Like in this, I mean, some of the, and then they're just kind of like touching on some of the attractions. Like they mentioned, there's laboratory in there. Like in the middle of it, like almost the castle almost surrounds it. There's a large garden. Um, they mentioned a few different kitchens, a ballroom, the throne room itself, uh, a couple different armories that are there.
Does it have any mention possibly of how many like treasure rooms it might possibly be there? Or how many like safe rooms he might have or something like that? Or is that too secretive for general book?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah, it's not, it doesn't really know of any of the like secrets in it.
Uh-huh.
It like
It's not like an actual building schematic perfectly. It's more
no,
of
no, no,
like
no.
what people generally understand of the castle.
Yeah, this would be like
Okay.
this would be like a coffee table kind of thing.
Oh,
Like
okay.
the ones that like go over like, oh, this is a really cool building.
Yeah,
Look
here's
at
some
this cool building.
interesting
Yeah.
facts and things about it. Like
Yeah.
it has 45 bathrooms. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Shit like
like
that or
that's
something.
more
Okay,
of what
got
it
you.
is as opposed to
Actual details.
yeah.
Got you.
And so is there anything else you're looking for though? And I can tell you whether or not.
So I know how far up it is. I know generally how big it is, how many floors, kind of what is inside generally. No, I think that's about what I would expect to get.
I'm sorry, one more time.
Oh, that seems about what I would expect to
Okay.
get without like exact, details of things.
Yeah, I mean, it would take a little bit more to.
I wouldn't expect to find like exact blueprints or something.
Yeah.
But this is like exactly what I'd figured I'd find. So yeah, this is good.
Okay. Yeah. So you find that information, and then He did. I mean, he obviously told you that you could talk to um, Amir, and about the Council of Seven. But he also did bring a couple books and things like that for you to.
If we're going by like how
Uh,
fast I read in real life, this probably took me most of the day.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, he also brought you. I mean, he brought you other books too.
Yeah,
A couple other
yeah,
books. So, um, and it was like one of those things where you like kind of skimmed to see the parts that you thought might be relevant. Effectively use the table of contents. I guess we'll see your
Yeah.
characters. Yeah, your characters above average intelligence and wisdom. So,
Nice.
so he would he'd know how to like use a table of contents.
Whereas I'm just skimming to find words I understand.
And so, you gather that, and I mean, he tells you like whenever you say you're finished with those books, he's like, well, if you're not finished with all of them, you're more than welcome to rent essentially these books. The ones that you didn't, which would be the ones related to the Council of Seven, if you wanted to. But he offers that up. Otherwise, you can. He's like, you're free to come back anytime you want. In order to.
I will. Yeah, I will. I'll take him up on that. I'll take the books back and be like, I'll bring them back in the morning. I'm staying. I'll tell him where I'm staying and everything and all that. And like, yeah, it'll be
He's-
great because I'll take a quick nap tonight, and then when I wake up, I'll read the books. Sounds great.
And he just says, he wants to make sure it's returned in one piece, etc., etc.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hand back the book and pat my little drawing like, I think I got everything I need to know from that book already.
And he's like, well, I'm happy you learned. It was certainly an in-depth book.
Oh, it didn't take much to get through it. I understood it a lot more than people would think.
I'm happy it was of use. And he kind of takes the books and goes to file them.
Can I ask you a general question now, since I
Yeah.
know how high up this is? So a potion of flying lasts for an hour, and it says you hover. Does that mean like you can walk up because you gain your walking distance for flying? So like you
Yeah.
fly up and then you hover in that spot, like, and then you fly up again theoretically for like movement.
Yeah, I think that's the way that I understand it. Is like you'd be able to continue to fly like as high as you
For
as
the
could.
duration of the hour, as long
Yeah.
as you don't exceed your movement that would be allowed in
Yeah.
that hour, kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah, because
That's it.
otherwise it would be. I mean, there's also just the fact that like if you're in the air when it runs out, you're free falling from however high you are.
Uh-huh. So what would that be? To go up 700 feet, I move 50 feet times a lot.
So it'd be 14.
turns.
Yeah, so 14 times 6.
That's not very long then, is it?
It's like a minute
and
half.
a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, never mind. That's pretty good then. All right.
I mean, that's for you. Everybody else, it's gonna take.
Well, this would be a potion of flying. Oh yeah, because my movement's farther.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And if you are sprinting, I don't know if you can still dash on a potion of flying or not, but if you can, I mean, it'd be like 45 seconds to get up there for you.
Oh yeah, because it'd be 100 feet. Yeah. If we're are you done here, Scott Graham?
I think so.
Maybe we should run by a potion shop real quick and at least price out a couple potions of flying,
Well, we don't really need them. I mean, we can fly ourselves. I showed you that.
I love your drawing and everything, and I think we should test it before we go. But it's always great to have a backup plan, right?
I suppose. Here comes spending money.
I ain't saying we're gonna spend the money. I'm just pricing it out because I'm a little broke.
And
And
I'll
then-
just kind of follow behind him as we go.
And I'll look for, if it's not too late into the day, I'll look for a potion shop. Otherwise, I'll wait.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, you. um, yeah, you find a alchemist shop. Tanadir Tonics. They like alliteration here.
Couldn't be the GM.
Alliteration is just easier. And so
Otherwise,
you,
everything's just Tom's potion shop, Bill's potion shop.
uh,
Oh,
Olay!
okay, so you show, you head there, and you talk to, or I guess you walk in and you see a very very old dwarf. And he looks up at you all and he's just like, name's Tanadir. How can I help you?
yes. Me and my compatriots are uh adventurers and everything. You know, I personally have a fascination with potions. I love them. They're very useful. So I always like to check out potion shops when I stop into the town, and I was hoping to actually also price out a potion that might come in handy on one of our adventures coming up. Do you happen to sell potions of flying, and about what would you price that at?
I mean, they're sometimes a little hard to come by the ingredients, but I might have the ingredients on hand for maybe two of them,
Okay.
and it's gonna be about 150 gold apiece.
Okay.
Like I said, they aren't real cheap ingredients. Do you want me to put in the order for those so I can get those started, or anything else you're looking for?
Hey, Scatgram, I don't have the gold to tell him to put this in an order in, and I don't know if the other people want to buy these.
Well, uh, I'm not a bank, but we might be able to work out a deal between us. As friends, of course.
I I I don't need them. This is more for other people's Scatgram. So
Well, I
deal
don't need them
between.
either. I can fly. I told you.
That's true.
My
That's true.
artwork on the table again.
Please, if you could watch uh, the table there.
What do you mean wash the table? It's not moving. It's still there.
It's older table. So if you don't want to ruin that one.
Man, I don't think this guy's okay. I think he's been hit in the head a couple times because he's,
He's just old. You know, maybe it's the potion fumes. You know, I've heard this. I heard some brewing isn't, you know, good for your brains.
And you want
Research and stuff coming out.
and you want us to drink these things then?
No, no, no. Drinking them's fine. You know, it's the fumes from the process of making it that's not okay. Does that make sense?
No.
Yeah, it's okay. It's safe to drink. Just don't make it. And don't mix it with alcohol. That's a woo.
I mean, do you think these guys are gonna want these potions?
I mean, nobody except for me and Cole can fly. And I
Yeah.
can't really fly very well. Cole can fly pretty well. But these
But you-
potions of flying make us fly very, very well.
But I told you I can fly, so I can
True.
carry Onate when I go flying. And then
You probably don't want to carry people when you're flying because you're probably gonna move very, very slow, like roughly half the speed.
yeah, but if if I got a propeller going and run really fast, like the book said, I'll be good. But if you think we need to get these potions, I you know I don't want to spend my money on everybody else. I'm tired of that crap.
I think the investment in the potions would be smart. And also, Scatgram, think if we're ever in a battle and you don't use them for this in particular reason, and we're in a battle and you just want to fly away, you just pop the top.
Or if I want to fly to the treasure. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. We'll take two of them.
Okay. I'll get those started. Probably take about we'll say 2 days.
We got time to wait for 2 days.
we're really bad at timing. Like, we keep going to different places and keep adding more time onto stuff. We're really, really bad at it. I mean, we kind of have to, right? I mean-
If you need them
Express?
faster, I could probably get them in a day, but probably be another 50 gold.
Jesus. That's up to you, Scatgram. I think we can probably wait the 2 days, though I would prefer to leave as soon as possible.
Fine. We can spend the extra money, but just remember this: I get more treasure than when we actually figure out what we're doing with these things.
Okay, I'll make sure that you get at least 60 gold for the 50 gold you're spending here. For the speed. Does that make sense? Even if it comes out of my own pocket, I'll pay you 6. I'll make sure you somehow get the 50 plus 10. How about that?
Okay. I'm gonna reach into my bag and pull out 35 platinum and set it on the counter for him.
He looks at it and he just starts counting. He's like 1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna turn and just look at Malin like with the most hateful expression on my face. Like, this guy could not be this slow and not be trying to just push my buttons.
Look, Scatgram, a potion of swiftness. Crazy.
you yell that out, and he looks up and he's like, yeah, I can sell you that one too.
Don't talk to him anymore.
And then he goes back and he's like, 1, 2.
Oh, shuts up. He's away.
Yeah, it takes him like 2 minutes to count to 35. So he counts it out. He's like, it's all here. I'll get started on potions. And then he turns around and starts to get them all started, and he takes down your name and everything, so that way he can get those started. But he gets them started, and what else would you guys like to do?
Well,
I'd
Scott,
like to get away from this guy.
I need a drink. Well, Scott, unless you got anything else you want to do, I'm looks like about time to head back to the bar. Catch up with everyone, let them know what I learned today at the library.
Same here. I'll show them how we can get there so quick and easy.
Oh yeah, your drawing, they'll love it. Then we'll head towards the end.
Okay. I assume you guys are gonna be going back to the Wandering Boot. I think is the one that you guys had found.
Yes.
Okay.
I hope that's where everyone else ends up.
Where's everyone?
Okay. So
was this the bar we were at? I don't remember.
I think
that is hard on the throat.
Hard not
So-
to start going.
So you guys head back to the Wandering Boot. For you, Morning Lord, it took the better part of a day. Day and a half, or not day and a half, like half a day to a day, to get the full cartographer assisting you
Okay.
with everything. So then, when you're done, are you just gonna be heading back to the Wandering Boot?
Might as well.
Okay. And then Felidor, you had figured out what you needed to figure. Well, you had figured out that you needed to figure out more stuff. And then Malin was just kind of walking around. So Matavius, that's what I meant. Was just kind of walking around. So if you had anything else you wanted to do while you were walking around, you can. Otherwise, are you just going to head back to the Wandering Boot at dinner time or something like that in the evening?
Yeah, the only thing I'd want to do is I might check out City Hall, the big building you said.
Okay, so like where the council meets and everything.
Yeah, just kind of put it on my radar. That way I can tell the fellows when we get back from our quest, this is where we probably should start.
Okay. Yeah. You do see it, like obviously you're able to find it and locate it. You do notice that there are guards out front. They're not like attacking anybody, but it is kind of like they'll stop people they don't recognize, or ask for some type of identification type of thing real fast. But it's kind of more of like a security checkpoint, as opposed to like a nobody can come.
Gotcha. Could I kind of we just do one circle and maybe count to see how many guards there is and like how many entrances there is? Then I'd probably head back because I don't want to start a tissy.
Yeah. I mean, well, and it's not. I mean, and even like just
I like the
doing
point
it like once around, like you notice like people are coming in and out,
Okay.
and stuff like that. There are two
It's like metal
entrances.
detectors, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, it would be like any type of Capitol building where, like, when you walk in, they're like, oh hey, like we need to make sure you got nothing on you that you shouldn't have, and well, do you have identification? Do you like what do you need? Like, why are you here? Just like quick things. It's not like they're not like actively like stopping, turning people around, or like detaining people like that. It's just like a formality for the most part. But you do see two entrances. There's one on the north side and side.
Okay.
But you see at least three guards at any given point at each of the entrances. Like I said, just kind of looking people over who they don't recognize right away.
Yeah.
They kind of do stop a few people, and then they just are like, well, empty your pockets here, and then they like let them in.
Okay.
After
Do I
they
see
check
any-
stuff.
Do I see any people of interest by chance, like any windows or any important looking people going in?
Um.
Just
Uh.
normal day business type people stuff.
Uh. Do a perception check. Do a perception check.
Perception. Boom.
Bueller?
Oh,
Bueller?
9.
You don't see anybody that pops out to you as super interesting or anything like that. I mean, you do see some elves, some dwarves, half elves, humans. Lots of different people coming in and out. Whether obviously you're not sure what their business is there, but whether it's day to day business, whether it's somebody coming to talk to somebody on console or whatever it may be, but nobody sticks out to you as like that's somebody I should be.
I gotcha. Okay. I'd probably just do that, and then I'd probably just maybe grab a bite to eat somewhere and head back.
Okay. All right. So you do get something to eat and then head back to the Wandering Boot with everybody else. It is evening at this point. You guys, what would you like to do?
Um,
I'd like to talk about my exploits in cartography today. Did you know that there's a thing called a compass rose? It points to the north, the west, the east, and the south.
But what's it smell like?
It smells like paper because it's on the map paper.
hey, Scat Crab. Uh,
I hate you. Why do they call it the compass rose though? If it doesn't smell like a rose. Yeah, I tell you.
Maybe it's because it kind of looks like a rose. I don't know. I guess I'll ask the next time I go, which might be tomorrow. How long are we staying here for?
well, we need to be staying here for Scat Crab. We'll need to stay at least one more day. We put in an order for some flying potions because we needed to look into ways to possibly get up to the castle. Speaking of the castle, before we talk about ways to get up there, I've done some research on it. Thankfully, the library had a great deal of information. Didn't have exact schematics of the castle, sadly, but I had a good amount of information. Like I learned that it's probably King Calabi. Uh, he was an elven king wizard. He made the castle to show off his power and might. The castle was built by a lot of master builders, top of the craftsmen, so there's probably some really dope statues, paintings, artwork. Even the castle, built into the castle itself, probably very master craftsman. But there's some controversy with the castle. Apparently, it was built on a giant eagle burial ground. The eagles didn't like that, and the castle man didn't care. He kept building his castles. The eagles got mad. The eagles attacked. Um, Bad things happened there. Then he, before he was about to die, apparently he was freaking out about how to protect his castle all the time. Paranoia and old age. Probably the lead in the tomatoes. Research later on. So he started reaching through time to try to protect his castle, and he uses he has this crown apparently that allowed him to peer through time and the multiverse on how to save his castle. And I mean, we all know how that turned out. Yeah. There in the books there were some mentions of his power, in terms of military might and what he would have protecting his castle. So there were very large constructs mentioned. some use of like elementals in his like wizardry, so there's probably elementals somewhere in there. He had a decent personal guard. There were talks of very large flying beasts around the castle, a lot of mentions of some weird time distortion things, so that's curious. I wonder what that'll be. But as for like the information that we probably need to know or need now to figure out what we need to do is that the castle is apparently about 700 feet in the air. It's pretty high up. And it sits about, the castle itself sits about 4 stories. And then the towers are, 6 to 7 stories ish. Very, very big. Like, I would ballpark it 1,000,000 square feet. But it has like a bunch of stuff inside of like giant laboratories, libraries, apparently a very beautiful garden in the middle of it. But that's about most of the information that I found useful.
All right, so back to the longitude and latitude of a map.
The hell are you talking about?
I got sidetracked.
Well, that is some pretty interesting information. So, depending on how much of his forces are still there and how much of it's been embellished over time, we could have some pretty decent fights up there to try to get that castle back.
I find the elementals to be my area of concern. I don't know much about elementals, but I do know that they are a pain.
Well, I know if it's cold, you want to put more clothes on. If it's hot, you want to take your clothes off.
Yeah, Graham, just keep your clothes on.
But if it's hot out in the elements, you want to have less on, so you're cooler.
Well, there's a certain amount that you need to keep on, bud. So,
Says the one rocking around his underwear earlier.
hey, I'm a druid, okay? I can just shapeshift. I'm being
Aren't you-
fair.
Melon, aren't you the master of the elemental fists? Shouldn't you know more about elementals? Since you know.
There's from dragons.
Oh. I guess you know a lot about dragons, not much about elementals. Well, poop.
I actually have something useful to contribute. Anybody want to hear about what I have to say?
That's why we all paused.
Yes.
All right. So, you all were doubting my idea of an artificer, so I found one and I visited him. So, let me get my notes here. So it's Glimp's Mechanical Things. Glimp is the artificer. He said that he could build us devices to get up to the castle. Now, he said that we could pay gold or possibly if there's something of value that he would be interested in when we finish up our adventure, he would trade for it. Now, I didn't tell him it was a castle. I told him we were going to fight a monster in the sky. So I didn't know if we were telling people about the castle, so I didn't tell him that. But as far as gold goes, he says depending on how likely we want it to work and if we actually want to make it back after we get up there, his devices could range from 5 gold up to 1k gold apiece. He said we would probably need a device per person, though.
You say from 5 gold to 1k gold?
Yeah, depending on how good of a device we want.
That's quite the range.
So we could discuss it more with him. I just wanted to come back with some ideas of what he would have for us. Also, there's this something else I want to mention. While I was there, I kind of ran into Bolt, one of the Council of the Seven. That's what it is, right? Bolt from the Scholars of Antiquities was there, and you know, uh, I don't know he caught on that I knew about this, but it seemed like he had taken an unusual interest in me, watching me closely while I was in there speaking to Glimp about these devices. I don't know if maybe he's trying to follow us. We might want to, keep an eye out for that as well, but that's what I came up with today.
Well, I got you beat. I have the easiest way for us to get in there that I found when we we're in the library. I take my note I have written and just put it on the table and sprawl it out. According to the book I read, if you go fast enough, have a propeller and wings, you'll fly. So all we gotta do is get some wings, little propellers, and run really fast, and we'll be up there. Not to spend very much money at all.
I thought this was a great idea, and I told him we should test it.
Yeah,
Why
I don't
does that
really.
look-
Go ahead.
To say, why does your note say big fly propeller and then have a bunch of stick figures on it there, Scatgram?
That's what the book said, so I just copied what the book said, and that's how it works.
I think you might be missing some essential information there.
You know,
Scott,
I
is that
don't.
one you?
You know, I don't know a
Sorry.
whole lot about flying, but if this is like the cheapest and easiest way to do it, we should have Scatgram test it out. And if it works, well, boom! All we gotta do is get some wings and put a propeller on our face. Easy peasy.
You know what would really work is to test it out. Instead of having to run Scatgram, we could have Morning Lord throw you so you're moving really fast to begin with, and we could even do it off a cliff, so that guarantees that you'll be in the air.
Well, I don't know if that's a very good test because I can't throw myself up to this thing.
Well, I mean, we tested with Scatgram. This is a proof of concept. We'll figure something else out later, like maybe a slingshot or something.
All
if
right,
this
I
works.
I guess we got just running, me throwing, and a slingshot.
I have a feeling you guys just don't believe me and trust me. I read all that book. Yeah, there was a couple arrow things and being dynamic, but it didn't matter. I mean, these are the words that stuck out that I know are an important one.
Were there a bunch of numbers and symbols in that book, Scatgram? Wait, just a second. Do you know what a number is?
Is that one of those squigglies?
It could be, yes.
There may have been one.
Yeah, there were numbers and symbols on there. They're called page numbers and words.
I take it none of you want like my idea. Fine.
Dude, I like your idea.
I'm willing to go with it, but I really want to see you
Scott
try it
Graham,
out first to make sure.
Scott Graham, I would love to see your machine work, and if you are willing to throw yourself off of a cliff in order to prove your cleverness, I will be there to catch you if you need. Not that you will, because of course your thing will work, and we'll all be better for it.
Well, at
You
least
know what, Scatgram? I will even bring snacks to your inaugural flight.
Well, I mean, it's always great that we have an extra day in town. We could always test that, or we could always test it on the road while we're heading to wherever the castle might be. That's up to you, Scatgram. But if we test it on the road, that's not really convenient because we've already purchased the ways that we're going to get up there. You mentioned a very big price range on your flying things. Why is there such a price range? Is it like...
Well, he said it depended on how much we wanted to guarantee it worked, And if we really, really wanted to, be able to make it back with the same device, or if we wanted a one-way ticket, that kind of thing.
Sounds a lot like you want me to strap a firework to my back and hope it just makes it up there.
For 5 gold, that's probably what he would give us. But he said up to 1k gold, so there could be some stuff in there. Also, we could, trade, try to like convince him that we'll trade him some goods after we're done or something like that. We could always sack the castle for a couple of things and bring it back for him.
I don't know. It is
But he
an option.
said we each need our own vehicle to get up there, right?
Yeah, he said he couldn't build anything big enough for 8 people, so we would likely need one for each person.
So if Skagram's plan doesn't work, then we could go with the automations. But if they're looking janky, then we can go with the flying potions. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, our issue there is we have 4 potential flying potions. And there are 7 of us.
8?
8 of us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of us can also fly, but I can fly, but I can't fly that much.
Ah, I'm gonna toss one to you.
So even if we have to fall back on the flying potions, we still have to get 4 other people up there. And I may be able to take Droop up with me, but that might be pushing it.
I don't really know how flying potions work, but would it be possible for us to rent a wagon, pour the flying potions on it, and it makes the wagon fly?
Don't think that's how it works.
No,
No.
but he might be onto something here. What if we got a wagon and hitched it up to 4 horses, and then we gave the horses the flying potions? Couldn't they pull the wagon through the air?
Yes, but then the issue would be is the wagon would be under the horses as the horses move because the wagon would just be a drop weight.
Well,
Unless your wagon is somehow magically floating.
But what if we
Propellers, the
take
wings on the wagon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what if we take Skagram's idea of propellers and wings on the wagon, and then make the horses run really fast off a cliff? We could even test this with Skagram.
How about you guys spend $300 on potion or 300 gold on potions to test this, and then wait another 2 days and spend another 300 on potions to then execute this?
Well, it was just an idea.
I mean,
I'm just throwing out the rough price range of what our idea would cost us. I'm not saying we shouldn't try it. I'm just saying that is going to cost us to try. Does that make sense? I mean, that's still 300 gold to do this. It's still cheaper than 1,000 gold per person for a flying machine.
Well, I imagine that's
know-
like the top end flying machine with, leather seats and all the trim.
I'm just, giving us both the price, like the price ranging. That's all I'm doing.
Well, didn't you
Does that make
say
sense?
that you could get one for 10 gold that's guaranteed to work and get you up there one way?
He didn't say it was guaranteed to work. The
he-
guarantee to work costs more, right?
He said there
No.
was a pretty reliable option for 10 gold when I spoke to him.
Oh, well, then we'll just find the reliable ones that are under 100 and it's still cheaper than a flying potion. Bada boom, bada bing.
Melon, didn't you mention something about a giant eagle graveyard? What about these giant eagles? Can't we convince them to help us? They sound like they'd be pretty pissed off at the guy who built his castle on their graveyard.
They want to destroy the castle.
I mean, well, we
That
could.
would not work with what we plan to do.
I mean, now with it flying in the air, it's not technically on their graveyard
It's
anymore.
built on the ground that their eagles are buried in. That's like they want
Yeah.
that land back no matter what. It's not like I don't think there's any other option of working with them that isn't giving them that back.
Maybe they
we
can give
could-
us more than 10k gold to, give it back to them.
I mean, I think morally, if you want to, Malin would feel that if we enlist the Eagles, we have to give it back.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to talk to him and see what kind of, well, palm greasing they'll give us to give the land back to him.
I guess I don't even know if these Eagles are stolen. That's another question.
I guess that's true.
I mean, we're still here for another day. We can do somebody could do research on the Eagles and find out, are they still alive? Where do they reside now? What are their tensions towards things? Because maybe they said fuck the castle, but I highly doubt they did that.
So then what's our plan for tomorrow then? I guess we have all this stuff that we talked about. What's everyone gonna be doing?
I have to go collect a couple of things from the
As do
tree.
I. As do I.
And then I need to return my book. I'll show them the book. I'm going to do more research. This is about the formation of the council. Hopefully, we'll find some nice information in there.
Speaking,
What?
I was gonna say, speaking of the council, I found City Hall.
Is there? Guess what? What should we
When I was
know?
when I was on my walk, just found out where it's at. If we need to go there when we get back.
Nice.
Looks like they're just letting people in, not armed. There's 2 entrances. There's guards. So
it's slightly guarded, but we can
yeah,
traverse
go
it
in.
as please, basically.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very good. I guess the question is, what do you guys? We went with the flying potions that we could get, so we have those as backup. So that's 4. We need probably at least 4 flying machines. So you guys gonna go find out about flying machines tomorrow?
Probably.
Heck yeah.
It's probably smart. Make sure, just a recommendation, that you probably want flying machines that keep you safe.
Nah, man, we strap Droop to a rocket and send him up there.
You don't have to worry about Droop because he's one of the ones that's at least getting a flying potion if he needs it. So Droop's good.
We
You
only
know-
need 3 flying machines.
Well, I don't know who Skagram's probably going to give his to, but I theoretically think he'd give it to his teammate, his compat.
Well, I gotta see if
Yeah.
I can learn how to fly.
But
So-
he's
Skakram isn't giving him a flying potion. He's
We'll get-
strapping
we'll get
wings and a
one.
propeller to his face.
Yeah,
what are
we'll
you
get
talking
another one
about?
just in case.
Malin will just order drinks in a room for the night, like food. After this conversation, bid everyone a good night and head to his room to sleep and then read.
You gonna sleep then read?
Yeah, because I only take short rests.
Oh.
Unless anyone has more information or other cool things to talk about. I kind of feel like we know what we're doing tomorrow now.
I'm gonna go look at maps. Maps.
Well, you need to make sure you find a way to get up there.
Well, that's what I have you guys doing research for.
You need to pay for it if we're only here for another day, right?
I thought we were going to figure out how we were going to determine how to pay the dude, because he said he could take treasure.
Are we going to promise treasure we don't know what we are going to get?
I mean, that's a risk for him and for us.
I mean, you can take it out of your cut. Feel like that would have been a Scatgram thing to bring up, but
I'm focused on my drawing and plotting out how I'm gonna fly. Okay.
he's spending your money without you.
Well,
just-
this is
I mean, whether or not it's money I have now or money I have later, it's still money we're going to have to spend on a flying machine to get up there. So it doesn't really matter. The thing is if we don't find anything real significant treasure wise, then that's not really that big of a deal. We just pay the dude gold. But if we do, then we could just trade it for those flying machines that we got. It's like the whole point of him bringing it up. Maybe there's some sort of like automaton that we have no use for that has like the secrets for, I don't know, hydroponic growing for plants, and maybe he's interested in that, and it doesn't mean anything for us.
it means money.
It feels weird to imply that other people were already going to do that for you.
What's the point of splitting up if we don't do all of the stuff like break it down and
I
you
thought
know,
that's what we did today.
then why are we splitting up again tomorrow?
Because you have to get the stuff,
Whatever.
right? Am I wrong? I'm just asking. I'm confused now.
I mean, to me, the whole point of splitting up is so that you can divide and conquer and stuff, and not everybody has to go to the same places just to buy things.
I guess what my question would be here for is that if you're a Goliath looking to use a flying machine and you have a elf go pick up flying machines and he says that you're just a Goliath, don't you think they should measure you to put the flying machine on you?
Maybe there's one size fits all jetpacks.
True. Mount goes to his room. I'm done. I'm just confused now. I don't.
um, um,
Yeah.
about this weather.
All right, you guys done for the night then?
Yeah. I suppose it's been what, another gold day.
I'm gonna go up to Scatgram and tell him about this delicious fish I had on the way back from my walk.
Okay.
And go up to my room.
I'm gonna head up my room at Onit's, and I'm gonna do some more doodles to flesh out my plan before I go to bed.
Okay.
Malon's going to rest for his first part, and then he's going to spend the second half of his night reading the book.
Okay.
What kind of book was it?
Just on the like, I asked for the history of the formation of the council, basically.
Oh, okay. That maybe we should have got a book about flying.
Skyrim read that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got Skagram's, Spark Notes, aka a stick figure drawing
Must-
with like
must have
3
been-
words on it.
Must have been getting my food when that happened. So, no, okay, I get it. I get it. I get it.
Propeller, wings, and
So,
speed. That's all you need to know, baby.
Must have rolled like a 4 or something.
I did.
All right.
Okay.
How much did the night cost?
I think it was a gold.
But we stay for free. Or is that no? that's
Not
paid.
here. That was the last place we were at.
Oh, okay.
But the gold, I think, included food and everything. So
Nice.
Oh, did we already pay the guy for making our crap, or do we pay him when we get our stuff?
I paid him already.
yeah. I mean, I guess it's up to you whether or not you took the money out.
So I haven't
And
taken.
you
it
already
out.
had the swords you wanted to make, right? Or did you need swords?
No, I did the 2 swords, and then I did a bow, and then I did my leather. It was like,
Yeah, I'm just saying. But did you already have that like stuff? Like, did you?
Oh,
already
yeah,
have
yeah,
a
yeah.
bow and swords. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. I just want to make sure because otherwise you have to buy them.
No, it was my starting short
Yeah.
swords.
Okay.
But I can't. While we're talking about it, I couldn't find any of those things. Is it something different, or is it like a
No,
custom?
I think it's a custom item, so I can make it or.
Okay.
Yeah, I already made mine and put them in my inventory.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was 6. I'll have to add it up, but it was 6. It was. Let me find it.
Is it the morning of the new day?
Oh yeah. And Dawn of the Dead. What's
Well, I have a lot less money now.
but you have a lot more magical items.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What's the plan?
Malon, with newfound knowledge about the council, was very happy. I would think he would share that with everyone. Obviously, I don't have it yet. Send it, but yeah, he would share that with everyone at breakfast. So kind of like what he learned. But that's
Okay.
all.
And I will get that information for you to share by next session.
Yep. I didn't want to rush you, but I figured that's what he would generally like.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
on at breakfast. So.
I'm gonna come downstairs with my little doodle and
Updated doodle.
my updated doodle, a little more fleshed out. With my little schematics is you kind of see like basically 2 wooden branches going outward with some leather stretched across them with like a couple veins kind of looking like makeshift bat wings with little slots to put my hands and little handles to hold on to. And then you just see a very crude looking helmets with a stick sticking up that I have a circle drawing letting it look like it's spinning. Yeah, just gonna. Yeah, now I know what I gotta pick up today. I gotta get stuff to make these and this helmet.
Good work. Definitely looks like that'll work.
Malon will like pick it up and like give it a very serious look and like look it over and go, I think this is gonna be great, Skyrim.
Yeah,
I'm being very genuine with that. Like, I'm trying to be genuine with this is going to be great.
you
You know
know,
what you should do? Go ahead, sir.
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm really, envisioning Scatgram's plan like those gremlins with the propeller hats, where they just spin the little propellers and makes them fly. Except for he lives in the real world, and this is gonna be funny.
It'd be funny when this works somehow.
I'm not saying it can't work. I'm just saying it's unlikely.
that's what I mean. But like, if it's just like the 1%, like the very he hits it somehow, and it's like, how the fuck did you make this work?
Rolls
Um,
nat 20s for everything. It's just like
Just because I kind of want this to work, roll me, roll me a
God.
performance check for the quality of the drawing.
This is still gonna be bad. 6.
Okay. I mean,
Not the worst.
the drawing is. I mean, the drawing is like what you described, but it is still a little rudimentary overall. But it does have like you had time to think about it and like get more details on it. Like with enough time, obviously, like it worked. Like you could draw something remotely passable. Okay.
Well, everyone, I got to go pick up some stuff today. Got to head back to the tree, so that's probably where I'm gonna head, and then I'm gonna head back to the library probably. Heads up, and then I'm probably meet you guys here tonight.
I might join you, sir.
Sounds like someone's gonna go find out more about roses. Was it a rose? No rose?
More cartography stuff.
Yeah, that wouldn't be him.
No, that's not me.
No, he said somebody was going to.
Oh,
Didn't specify who.
somebody.
Well, we kind of have to
Well,
figure out this
totally.
flying machine situation. So I suppose Philidor is going to take me to this artificer.
Sure, we can go to that artificer. Artificer with those there.
Probably always do maps after the artificer.
I don't know if we'll have
Alright.
time. We got lots to talk about with the artificer.
You got Scatgram over here with these artistic skills. He could draw you some maps, like assist you with it. Make sure it looks real good.
Nah, I look over at the drawing and I go, maybe.
maybe not.
I'm just gonna sit there looking proud about my little drawings and everybody actually appreciating it. Thinking that they are at least.
Longshin walks
just-
over. That's the best. That's the best drawing I've ever seen, Scatgram.
I mean, Oni, yeah. I mean, he's always a long chin is always there to hype you up. The whole time you're drawing, and he's like, "This is it. This is gonna work."
I would have
No.
never thought of that. The propeller moves. Oh my god.
He's like, "You are a genius, Scatgram. Genius, I tell you."
That's what he needs. That's...
He got his own
know-
hype, man.
I've never seen a picture drawn so lovely by a goblin before.
I just gotta figure out where I can buy all this stuff.
Looks like a lot of it might be just a general goods store, right? Some
True.
like some wood here, the leather. Maybe a leather worker. Hey, you with leather, giggle diggles, best leather worker around, baby.
I gotta pick up my potions. Oh god, I gotta set with that guy again.
Okay, so are you guys just going to the tree to pick up your stuff, or are you doing anything else there?
Yeah, I don't have any idea of like what else I would do there. Just picking stuff up
Okay.
because yeah, I have to pick up that and then the potions if they're ready. I don't remember if they were ready today.
Okay. Matavius, are you just gonna go pick up potions with him? Pick up potions in your stuff with him then?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Oh,
you
should we run? I suppose should we go get the flying or the machine first? I guess.
well, I think Felidor and Morning Lord were headed that way.
Oh, okay.
Yep, yep, yep.
I'll just go get my stuff and then go with Malin.
It's so fine.
I mean, we can go with them if it won't take very long. I don't know how. I don't need to go because I don't need a flying thing, but
Yeah, I forgot about that.
It
Maybe I
wouldn't
should
hurt.
go there. I'll go with them to get a flying thing, and then I will go get my stuff from the floating tree thing.
I mean, I'll go with you guys as long as it's not going to take all day. I guess that's really. Know what I mean?
Off we go.
Yeah, I mean, like it wouldn't take you long to pick up the stuff either from them,
Right.
so like you could do that in the morning.
Yeah,
time
then I'll
very
go with
well.
them to. I'll go with the flying machines.
Okay. So you guys head over to Glimpse. And you sorry. you guys head over to Glimpse. He kind of looks at you and greets you. And he notices Felidor and he's like, "Oh, welcome back. I see you brought some friends with you."
Yeah, I brought some of my compatriots here. They wanted to, learn a little bit more about your wonderful flying machines to get us up into the sky. I'll let them ask the questions that they had because I felt pretty cool about what you're talking about, but they have some questions about what's going down. See a little bit more about your equipment here.
Yeah, what questions can I answer for you? How can I put your mind at ease?
So, I am looking for a contraption that I can put on my back that'll launch me to my destination safely and has a 98% chance of working. How much would that cost?
And we're looking to go about 700 to 800 feet up.
So, I mean, like I said, in order to make sure it works, guarantee it works. It can take you up there. I'm gonna say it's 10 gold. I can get you something that may be able to shoot you up in the air, and that'll at the lowest end it'll be 5 gold. But 10 gold, and I can guarantee it'll work once.
But you said your prices go up to 1,000 gold. So what's in like the 100 gold range?
I mean, the 100 gold range, it's gonna work. It's one of those things where it could probably work a couple times. You're gonna have some charges on it. So I guess for game mechanics wise, essentially the more you guys are willing to spend, the more charges something would have, or you could potentially get something permanent.
Oh,
How, I guess also game mechanic wise, how does it work exactly?
How does what work?
Is it like a flying, like, is it similar to a flying potion mechanic wise? Or is it like you just go straight up instantly this high or something? Does that make sense?
They haven't necessarily made it yet. So how it would, I mean, it would probably be somewhere in between where like it'll be some type of like like you guys have been talking rocket. I mean, like it's going to get you there fast, but you're not going to have much control over it. Like you're going you're going where it's taking you, you know.
Also, not to, I sorry to horn in here, but as a party, we need to ask ourselves: is the situation we're being presented that we are only 1,000 gold away from getting an airship and being able to become sky pirates for the rest of the campaign? Because it feels when GM says permanent, a permanent option.
Well,
I'm hearing Final Fantasy style airship.
Well, it wouldn't be an airship because anything that Felidor wanted, he said he wanted discreet and individualized.
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
I have an airship. Where you can have a air castle.
It'd be like giving us all permanent jetpacks where we could just kind of fly in
Like a
battle.
Rocketeer.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like, we don't need a flying, we can, we don't need to own the flying castle if we've got, our own airship that we can zip around. But maybe I'm maybe I'm jumping too far ahead. But
Hey, where's the nearest magic shop? How far would that be?
You're sorry.
Magic as in like potions or
Just like item shop or like what do you mean?
Magic item shop. Like how since we're in the big city.
Yeah, I mean like you'd be able to find one.
Okay.
Maybe this is just something we buy the cheapest one of and then, come back and figure out what other kind of contraptions this person can make later on. Or Cole can ask about a flying ship for all of us,
legit, Cole will
How much
bankrupt
would a
himself
flying ship cost?
to get an airship.
well, we might be
Like
coming
for
into
real,
10K
like
gold.
that's some game changer shit. That's like this is the rest of the campaign, people.
Fucking cannons and shit on it.
We take the
yeah.
airship to a battle. Then we just have our druid just cast summon animals and it just rain animals.
Elephants and shit.
I'm Eldritch blasting from the hell.
I just wanna check
even if
something
it
out.
is only 1k gold for like individual flying suits that have infinite uses and are discreet, doesn't that just make us like SEAL Team 6 at that point?
Basically.
Iron Man.
We're just floating through
All
the
right.
sky and shit.
Okay.
Fucking Iron Man.
Sorry to derail that, GM.
No, you're good.
I had-
You're good.
I-
It gave me some time. It gave me some time to do something real quick. Okay,
I
so
just wanna-
you guys head to the shop, the mechanical shop, and you guys, I mean, do you guys have any other questions for him then, or?
Probably we're going to ask about how much an airship would cost.
He thinks about it and he's like, I'm not 100% sure I have those capabilities. Let me do some research and come back to me at a later date and I'll see what I can do.
Okay, that works. How long would it take you to make those 10K or not 10K, the 10 gold flying apparatuses?
I mean, you're maybe looking at another I don't know, day, half a day. It's depends on how many of these things I got put together already.
I think we need 4 of them.
Just 4. I should be able to get that done by the end of the day.
Okay. I guess.
Actually, make
Who's
it 5
all
of them.
here?
Mal wants one.
Oh, in that case, it's gonna take at least 3 days. I'm
5.
Just one more at 3 days.
I'm just joshing you. I had to go get the supplies, But yeah, okay, yeah, I'll have it done by the end of the day.
I would just want to see how this thing works.
Are we all gonna pay him 10 gold, or is
Yeah.
somebody
10 gold.
paying more? I don't know how much gold Felidor has, like 0.
I can't afford to
pretty
pay for it
close.
this time.
All right, I'll pay for Felidor's.
Let me check. Let me check my inventory. I have.
Didn't Drew
I
give you
have.
a
I have 11 gold.
I'll just pay for
So-
yours. That's fine.
hey, that's a strong investment into a potential lot of gold.
It's
It
true.
is.
All right, I guess I'll
Um,
be back at the end of the day then to pick them up.
Okay. Yeah. So Mateus mentioned he wanted to find a magic shop, and you happen to see one not far around the corner.
Ooh, there we go.
You see Blaine and Angel's magic stuff.
Magic stuff.
Magic.
Mhm.
Magic.
So you like walk in and it's run. You see two human middle-aged males, and they both kind of like greet you. The first one comes up and he's like, "Name's Chris Blaine," and he starts doing some card tricks right in front of you, and and then the other one is "Name's David Angel," and starts to levitate in the background.
Mind freak.
Hey guys, look at these fucking guys. I'm just gonna stand there and watch. I'm like, it's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
How did you know that was my card? How? Did I
Um,
see that?
Magician never tells his secrets. How can I help you guys?
What do you have in the flying area?
Um, David Angel comes over and he's like, "Oh, my specialty. I don't know if you saw me over there levitating."
I did.
But let me see here. I mean, what are you looking for? Are you looking for anything in particular?
Well, I knew this one guy who had a magic cloak that let him fly like a bat. And then I knew this other guy who had boots that floated him in the air. That's as far as I got. Maybe something like that. We're on a mission. We need to fly.
I think I've got a few things here and there. Got some. He kind of looks around, and he's like, looks through some papers and stuff like that, and he's like, "Well, I can." It looks like there might be, I might, have to look at it, maybe enchant it myself, figure it out. But I mean, like you mentioned, there's some boots, maybe. Might be able to get you a carpet, or I could make you some wings.
A whole new world.
But those are kind of the things right offhand that I can see. But it's gonna take a little while to gather those items and enchant them.
I gotcha. What are you thinking? Like a day?
Oh, they would be pushing it.
Alright,
I can't always work all the magic. Some people have to do it for me.
What are we thinking on prices? You gotta.
Which one are you looking for?
Does the carpet hold more than one person? Would it hold more than one person?
It depends on how big you got it.
So a weight limit.
But well, just like how big you got it to, like how many people could fit on it. But the
What if
smallest one you could probably get 2 people on.
So what if we got a carpet with like that could hold 6 people? What do you what do you think that would cost me?
It's gonna be a pretty penny. I mean, you're looking tens of thousands of gold for something like that.
Tens of thousands. Oh shit. All right. What about just normal size?
I mean, the smallest carpet we've got still gonna be about 15,000 gold on the low end. It's a pretty powerful thing to be able to just fly around like
Alright. Well,
What magic carpet powerful? No.
that.
alright, what about these wings you're thinking of? What do those do?
I mean, you just kind of strap them on, and I mean, it's another one where it's pretty expensive. I mean, anything that's gonna let you fly, and is a more or less permanent, is gonna cost you quite a bit. You're looking at upwards of 5,000 gold for the wings.
What'll 1,000 gold get me?
A couple feathers.
I mean, you might be able to get some of the winged boots for that price.
Boots of flying?
Uh,
Winged boots.
Winged boots.
Oh, I mean, that's just
Yeah.
a pre-made one. You can always make different ones. So
yeah. I mean, that's probably what you're looking at would be. Winged boots would probably be within that price range of 1,000, somewhere between 500 and 1,000. Depends on how long it takes me and how hard it is for me to procure something like that.
Gotcha.
wow, wing boots are dope. They don't even let you just free fall. What? Sorry.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Everything else is just like, oh, if it ends, goodbye, good luck getting down.
Yeah, you still have a fall of 30 feet though at the end of it all, right?
It says you slowly descend 30 feet.
Well, it
each
says you
turn.
descend at a rate of 30 feet per
Oh,
round.
I get what you mean. That might
But
actually be worse then, right?
I like to.
I mean, like if you're descending at 30 feet per round,
Oh,
Every
and
I
six
mean, you
seconds
have
you're
more.
dropping.
You also have more time to react. Like I would take it that you would still take full 1d6 per 10 feet of falling as damage, but you have more time to figure out your oh shit button
yeah.
because you're falling at 30 feet per round as opposed
And
to
if you have
almost
reactions,
instant, yeah, as opposed to almost instantaneously falling to the
yeah, that sucks. It's still
like
better.
that's kind of how I would read that.
Gotcha.
Sorry, what was that you said, Mateus?
I was to say, I think I'll take a pair of these. I guess how high do they go? Like how high can you go with them? Do you know? Is there,
It's
like, a
your
limit?
movement speed for like I think 4 hours.
Yeah, up to
so-
4 hours
shit.
all at
Okay,
once
so-
or several shorter flights. So you'd I mean, minimum of a 1 minute duration. So you could go very high.
Very high. Okay, yeah, so I don't have to worry about that. I was just curious.
Alright.
What would these cost me if I wanted a pair right now? And I'd throw down my coin bag.
Well, right now I don't necessarily have them in stock. I gotta find them. Gotta make them. Gotta figure out who may be able to make them. If you've got a pair of boots you want specifically, or do you just want me to try and match your style?
Yeah, make them blend in.
He's like, all right, give me maybe a week and come back and I'll see and we'll see what I've come up with.
All right, sounds good.
Would you like to see a magic trick?
Oh, would I ever?
All right, I pull out my bag of puppies and I'm like opening it, and then I show them. I'm like, "Ooh, nothing's in here." And then I put my hand in and grab out a puppy.
He looks at it and he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Go ahead and roll a deception check for me.
Very deceiving.
He. I mean, he looks at you and he's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Is that just a bag of puppies?"
Yeah, it's a bag of puppies.
I mean, I love me some puppies, but man, I haven't seen one of these. He's like, "Can I look at it?"
I go, sure, and I hand it over to him.
He just starts like looking it over and inspecting it, and he's like, "So what does it do?" I mean,
Well,
obviously, you can pull some puppies out.
if you flip it over, a whole bunch of puppies pour out into this huge area, and you get to play with a bunch of puppies.
Um, he's like, "So you're saying that if I just flip this over right now, there'll be puppies all over that I can kind of roll around with and play?"
Yeah, it looks like you have to turn it inside out, but basically, yeah, you just flip it over, turn it inside out, and boom, all the puppies fly out.
You see him contemplating, like heavily, and he goes to do just that and flip it over.
Morning Luck gets real excited. Oh yeah!
If you're not stopping him, he's gonna do it. He flips it over, and now there's 1,000 puppies on the ground.
Puppies!
That is awesome. And then he's like, "But how do you deal with getting them back in?"
They wander off after a while and disappear. So, you just gotta wait like how many seconds is it?
I think you roll.
Oh, it lasts 3d6 rounds. So it takes whatever
Go ahead and
18
roll.
times
Yeah.
6 is.
I mean, go ahead and roll. How long did it last this time?
12 times 6. So 6, 2, 12. So it's going
a minute and 12 seconds.
Yeah, it's gonna take about a minute for them to go away.
Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully nobody needs anything from us while we're as they like try and like trudge through it. They kind of notice how it's slowing them down.
Speaking of this bag of puppies, do you have any items that are similar?
What do you mean by similar?
Maybe something else comes out of a bag, like a different animal, like a cat or snakes, or I don't know.
I don't know that I can let a cat out of a bag,
Yeah, it's a good one. I don't know, just some other animal. Maybe it has some other effect or something.
Honestly, I know a guy for this. He kind of wanders around. He's the one who's got all this stuff. His name's Dag. I don't know. He's got what he likes to call technically magical items.
Oh, this is where I got this from.
Dag's a great guy. Yeah, that sounds like something he would have.
All right.
I've heard he's got all kinds of instruments too.
Oh yeah, it does. And then I whip out my bagpipes. I was like, "Look at this!" And I start playing them.
Oh, where'd you go? I don't know where you're at.
I stopped playing. I was like, "These are great, aren't they?"
Oh man, I wish I had me a pair of pipes like that. Okay. So you guys get what you need out of the magic shop, and the information you need out of the magic shop, and then it's Scatgrim, right? You'd be the one. Now that we need to deal with. And you're just looking for like general.
Well,
like,
first I
stuff.
want to get my potions because I don't want to have to sit there and wait, until I'm about ready to fall asleep to get them.
Okay. Um.
So I'm gonna walk into his store. There, I'm here for my potions. So if we can just have them ready to go, I'd really appreciate
Welcome back. Fine goblin. What was it? 2 flying potions. Does that sound right to you?
Well, I'd like to think it was 3, but 2 is what I paid for.
Let me go ahead and check here. 1, 2. Yeah, it was definitely 2 potions. Let me go get
If you just want to point
get,
to where they are, I can grab them.
they are and he like points to the back room, and you aren't allowed back there. And he uh yeah, so he heads back there to get them, and he takes a while, and then he hands them to you. Here you go. Enjoy these. So he hands them to you.
Thank you. And I just kind of look at him real quick and put him in my bag and kind of head out. I was like, I don't want anything to do with that guy. Then I want to head to like a general goods store.
Okay. Um. Yeah. So you head to um you head to the general goods store that you've heard of, called the Everything Store.
I like the sounds of this.
And you walk in, you see young adult human, male, and he looks up and greets you. He's like, "Welcome. How can I help you?"
Hey, I'm looking for some materials to make this flying thing that I designed. And I take my drawing, I just put it on the table in front of him. I think I need some wood for this part here. Some maybe leather for this. Maybe some feathers because I know birds have feathers and they can fly. And some string to tie it all together. Maybe a little spinnery thingy so I can put one on a helmet. And oh, if you have like a really lightweight helmet too, so I can have less weight when I'm flying.
See here. You said some feathers, some wood. Um, hmm. I got some. I got some string. Got some leather you may be able to kind of strap to your head and put the string on it in order to make a makeshift helmet for the time. He comes around with a few things that like you may be able to use, and he's like, "Fortunately, you'll have to go to the lumber yard that we got here called the Veiny Wood in order to the get the lumber there that you may need. But if you go visit Miss Crescar at the Veiny Wood, she'll definitely be more than willing to help you out.
All right.
And then
So you have a sewing kit too, so I can like make sure I get this all put together.
yeah, yeah. I mean, he has he'll have anything you need besides the wood.
All right. I want to try to get say 50 feet of not necessarily rope, but some like thinner twine to go for my flying machine, and probably about 10 feet of leather by 3 feet, and then just like the scrap for the helmet, and then the make a little, basically like a small gear on a stick is what I'm for the propeller. So there's like a small gear, I guess, from it.
Yeah, so like the cloth would probably be like any cloth you need would be just like a blanket. You could get from that. I mean the rope. I don't know that there's any like lesser than a rope, but we'll say that it's 50 feet of rope is 1 gold. The blanket, which would cover any cloth you need, is 5 silver. Sewing kit, we'll say is another. Let's see. I guess that would be like a weaver's tool, maybe. Another gold. So yeah, you're looking at like for everything about 2.5 gold. Besides the wood.
Okay. And I'll grab my stuff out here, just smiling like the biggest smile on my face, excited that I'm finding everything I need to get this going here. And I'll just kind of quickly just put it on the table and grab the stuff and wrap it up and put it under my arm. Thank you. I don't know how to tell you how much I appreciate this. This is gonna be great.
All right, so you head, and then you're gonna go to
The veiny wood.
the Veiny Wood. Okay, so you head over there, and you see a middle-aged female woman. She introduces herself as Miss Crestscar, and says, "This is the Veiny Wood. How can I help you?"
Yes. I'm looking for some wood that would help with this machine here that I'm trying to design and trying to get to put together. Again, take my drawing and spread it out in front of her. I need some wood that would go and work like this, so it makes like wings for me to be able to hold on to. And of course, I'll need a way of putting it together. So maybe a few nails and a hammer. But that it has to be. It can't be too heavy. I don't think, because I want to be able to run fast with it.
Yeah, she kind of looks around and finds some like scrap wood and other pieces of wood, and you guys are walking around, and anything you see that you might want to pick up, but it's just basic wood, and she just kind of gathers some stuff she thinks would work, and is like, well, for and it's a lot of scrap based on what the picture's showing. She's like, well, got some dowels here, some other pieces. These could be maybe for support. And she just gets a bunch of like a lot of wooden dowels and scraps, and she's like, "How about another? I don't know. Let's say 7 silver for the lot."
That sounds great. I'll be able to get this put together in no time, and I'll be the first flying goblin you'll see in this town.
I can't wait to hear about it.
Yeah, I take her stuff, and I'm just imagining it's just like the most random of pieces. None of it's aligned at all whatsoever. Nothing. No,
Yeah, I mean, at best, like you've got some new dowels essentially, and the rest is just kind of like random scrap pieces. But you got like she gave you a few dowels, so that like maybe 6 dowels, so that way you could have a triangle like TP to spread across the wing or whatever. Like she's not gonna like she's not trying to make you fail or anything. But she's just trying to get rid of a bunch of her scrapple.
I was like I said, I'm super pumped, and excited, just grinning. In my mind, this is the greatest idea ever. Nothing's gonna change that. And I'm gonna take all my stuff and just head back right away to my room with all my stuff.
Okay. All right. So you head and you so you go ahead and get all that stuff together. Everybody else, are you guys all done for the day too then? More or less?
Maybe we just picked up our stuff. Nothing
Yeah.
really happened with that.
Yeah. So
Okay.
all right. If say if you guys are done, then Dawn will, I guess, wrap that up. But we will pick up next time because it's about time. I think Feldor has to leave soon. So.
Yeah.
But we
Deal.
will pick up next time. So
Yay!
Okay. Bye.
all right. Talk to you guys later.
Later.
Thanks for coming out, everybody. It's another whirlwind adventure of D&D. We'll be back next Monday. Same kablam time, same kablam channel. Bye.